In this video, I'll teach you all you need to know about how to copper foil. I'll be teaching you a basic method that you can also use for more advanced stained glass pieces. And also, I have Kurt here with us, who has zero experience copper foiling, and he'll be following along with you.
It's been really awesome to learn each step, so I'm excited to learn copper foiling today.
Perfect, let's get started. Safety is always important when working with glass. In this step of the process, I don't find it necessary, but you can always wear safety glasses and gloves. The very basic two tools that you'll need are a copper foil dispenser and a FID. The copper foil dispenser is like having a third hand, so it's very helpful. And you'll need the FID to help smooth out the copper foil. Some other tools that I find helpful but aren't necessary are sewing scissors, which I use to make a clean cut on the copper foil instead of tearing it, and then also a razor blade in case I make some small errors. You can also use a table foiler, which is like an all-in-one tool, but today I'm going to be showing you how to copper foil by hand. I personally find these tools very helpful. If you guys are at all interested, you can find them linked in the description below. Today we'll be copper foiling two pieces of glass. I'll be copper foiling one and Kurt will be copper foiling the other. So before we get started, there are three different colors of copper foil. They're always copper on one side, but the sticky adhesive side, it comes in silver, black, and copper. And you'll want to choose whatever color is gonna match the patina that you're gonna dye your solder at the end. So here you can see silver, and here you can see black, and then the copper foil. Now with a piece like these, the glass is not see-through. I choose to just use the copper because it is cheaper and you can't see. So we're gonna wrap this piece with copper foil all around the edge. You wanna make sure that your glass is good and clean and there's no powder left on it from grinding. And you wanna make sure that there's the same amount on both sides hanging over so that it's even on both sides of the glass. Just go ahead and wrap it all the way around. And then when you get to where you left off or where you started, grab your scissors or tear the copper foil. Now I take my thumb and my index finger and I basically pinch this glass edge so that everything is flat on both sides. So I go all the way around the piece. When I get to a corner, I make sure it's flat right here, and then I fold the other edge right over it. And then with the curve, you just kind of keep pinching. So now you'll need your FID at this point. And this is where we start to smooth it all out because it gets really wrinkly and we want it to be nice and smooth. And do it on all three areas. And there you have it, a fully copper foiled piece. It's pretty easy. Now I'm gonna have Kurt copper foil. After watching me, do you feel confident that you can do it too?
Yeah, I honestly think this might be the easiest step in the process so far. I think I can do it.
It's pretty easy. I think you got this too. Okay, so go ahead and grab your copper foil and you just start in the middle on that straightaway, just sticking it to the edge. Make sure you're lined up evenly on both sides. You don't have to worry about folding it over yet or pinching it. Just go ahead and get it wrapped all the way around. And like sometimes like when there's like a long straight area and you want to make sure it's even, just kind of like do a little at a time if you want.
That looks good.
Yeah, I think you're doing great.
Take the scissors. Snip it.
Great job. Okay. Yeah, that looks awesome. So now you're ready to go ahead and wrap it all the way around on all edges. Flatten it down. Yep.
Okay, so now I'm at the corner, so I need to make sure that I get it nice and pinched. Then I just fold that one over.
Sometimes those corners can be tricky. Just fold it, you know, the best you can, and then that's the nice part about having the FID. You can always smooth it down if any of it's like kind of pointing out. That looks
awesome.
Great.
So now I can take the FID.
Yep.
Start smoothing it out. Does it matter which end I use for this?
It doesn't. And just try to not like drag it too much on your surface because you might unstick it because you're still working on smoothing it out. I tend to use the flat side a lot on the edge of it.
That might be it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got copper foil showing on all sides. That's definitely what we're aiming for. That way you have a way to solder them together. If there's any areas that you've copper foiled that you're not happy with, you can always try to, work on it with the FID to try to smooth it out. But if that's not working, that's why I like to have this razor handy so that you can remove it and then start over. So here we have our finished product. This is the one that I did, and this is the one that Kurt did. Overall, they look very similar. So really the only difference is on Kurt's, he's got a little bit more on this side than on this side, but overall he did really well, and maybe just one little area that he might want to redo, but for his first time he did great. All right, Kurt, now that you've copper foiled for your first time, how do you feel?
I think that the main thing for me was just making sure that I had the even hangover on the piece, because it's a little thin on this side, but I think that just falls into taking your time.
Yeah, all things that can be easily corrected. We'll be making a lot more videos just like this one. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Subscribe.